Anyway,
But yeah,
if the Earth was flat, wouldn't you just always be able to see like the Himalayas?
basically. I mean,
Because
you
something
could.
that massive, like, you would just always be able to see it, I feel like.
Well, considering. Well, okay. Now I. How do I put it? I believe the Earth is round. So considering that curvature, um, you would technically be able to see further than you do now, but because of the curvature of the Earth, you can't.
Right.
So, like, if you could see, like, if the Earth was flat, you could probably see ranges and mountains that you would normally not see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, that might be ridiculous just because, like, I mean, there's gonna be, like, fog or weather or something.
yeah,
Like, but, I mean, like, in my state, I should be able to see, like, the Rocky Mountains or something,
probably.
like, at some point in time.
Yeah, especially if you enhance your vision at some point too. But yeah,
Right, like, if I took a fucking telescope and just pointed it straight or something.
you
I
would
don't know.
see the world. Like if it was flat, you would see everything.
I think that whole thing is like ridiculous. Plus, like they're like, oh, how do you prove it? You know, like how like we figured out, or at least I'm pretty sure this is how we figured it out. I can't remember what it's called, but the guy who figured out that the Earth spins, like he tracked the rotation by like taking a pendulum and like just dropping it, and then the pendulum like would go back and forth, but it eventually would like start going in a circle,
Okay,
and like that's he like. He used that to calculate like the speed of the Earth's rotation or some shit.
interesting.
But like
kinda
that's
cool.
the proof. That's the proof right there that the Earth is round. But
But
like,
also,
yeah, go ahead.
I think like astrology started to prove it
Yeah, that
because
too.
they used to think you know that the solar system rotated around the Earth. But then, you know, somebody started calculating the stars and all that kind of stuff, that the sun was the center.
Yeah, that too. Like how does a fucking flat earther explain like the different constellations you can see throughout the year?
And the rotation and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, look, I gotta put it. At some point, I was like, you know, math works on a basic level. Is there a reason why it wouldn't work at these higher levels? Like,
right.
physics literally proves all these things that you say you haven't experienced yet. Do they need to send you into space so that you can say, "Oh, the Earth is no longer flat"? Like, but yeah,
Right, and like the biggest like single, or for me, the thing that makes me disbelieve it is why. Like, what's the reason? Why
there's
would
not.
we want to like trick an entire civilization into thinking the world was round? What is the purpose behind it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, there's nothing. There's nothing that like I literally we talked till like 6 o'clock in the morning with him spouting stuff at me, and I was just like, none of this is cohesive. There's no connecting logic in anything that you're saying. I don't know what to tell you, and I just refused to go where he was going because I was like, unless you can tell me how this point A connects to this point Z, then I can't follow you. Like, how am I supposed to jump on that boat? It's impossible. And I'm trying. I'm trying to give you a chance, but there's nothing there.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, let's have like an entire fucking, not even the government, but the entire world like be in on this conspiracy theory and
Yeah,
not have a single leak. Like, dude, we can't do anything without somebody leaking it, much
right.
less like keep a fucking secret from the entire world.
But wait, don't get me wrong. Right.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean the government doesn't do a good job of hiding certain things. Like, that's a fact. Do they come out eventually? Usually. Does that mean we've heard about everything? Probably not. But
Yeah.
sometimes you just need a little bit more evidence to grasp before you start making leaps. Even if it could be true, putting on a tin hat and saying this is what happens doesn't always And then
Yeah, I agree. Like with somebody else, like
a mounted tamer? Like they're on their their pet, or they're on their horse? Interesting. All right.
yeah, 3:30 I should probably fucking set up.
Yeah. I'm just lying back and chatting. Hoping my guy catches octopi.
Living the dream.
Yep. This is what it's come down to.
Guess I'll go feed my fairy.